If you want to know how much profit I'm making in 1 week's worth of sales, then stay tuned, because I'm going to share with you what my sales are and how much profit I made from that, and share some thoughts behind it. Right, if you don't know who I am, my name is Thomas Parkinson. I've been selling on Amazon now, doing online arbitrage for the last 5 years. Now in the UK, I'm a 7-figure Amazon seller, check this out. And in the USA, I'm a 6-figure Amazon seller, check this out. Now hopefully in the near future, we're going to expand into another marketplace. And if you're interested in learning how I'm doing it and what I'm learning as well, then do make sure you hit the subscribe button down below. Right, enough about me. What are we going to talk about in the video today? Well, first things first, number one, I'll give you a little introduction to the video and why we're making it. Number two, I'll talk about what is online arbitrage if you're interested in understanding why. Number three, I'm going to talk about how much profit do I actually make in 1 week, and I'll share you the stats. And number four, I'll give you some personal thoughts and answer the question, can you really make money doing online arbitrage? So let's get started. So let's give you a little bit of backstory and why we're making this video. Quite simply, I've been selling on the UK marketplace in Amazon for the last 5 years doing online arbitrage. Now, what I will say is in those 5 years, I've experienced many low profits, cancelled orders, restock limits, Amazon account withholding my money, lots and lots of issues. Now, with that experience and learning within Amazon UK, should we say we were doing really well probably about 13 months ago, and you thought, you know what, I want to replicate this journey again in the USA marketplace. That is because I believe in building, should we say, Amazon businesses in different marketplaces and risk diversifying, but also as well, opening myself up to more opportunities to learn about the Amazon game and also document it on this YouTube channel. Now, you might be asking, what's in it for you? Well, quite simply, if you're one of those people who are thinking about selling on Amazon, doing online arbitrage, or maybe you're hesitant to, should we say, continue selling on Amazon, then this is a chance for you to know about the opportunities in the online arbitrage business model, what it offers, and obviously what it looks like, maybe at, should we say, the size that I'm doing. Okay, quick question for you guys. Have you started your online arbitrage journey? Drop me a yes down below, or are you thinking about getting started? Drop me a no. I'm interested to know how many of my viewers are actually selling right now or thinking about getting selling. So maybe I can give you some top tips if there's maybe something you're struggling with. Now, this leads me nicely onto my second chapter. What is online arbitrage? Online arbitrage is basically a business model whereby you are buying products online from a website and reselling them on another website, Amazon, for example, in the marketplace, for a profit. A typical kind of transaction might be buying branded goods, Lego, for example, for £10, $10, reselling on Amazon for $20. And yes, online arbitrage is different from retail arbitrage. In retail arbitrage, you are going in-store physically, whereas in online arbitrage, you are going solely online. If you want a business model that you can do from the comfort of your own home, or perhaps maybe, like me and someone who likes to travel the world, then this is the business model for you. Now, before I share the figures with you about how much profit I made in 1 week, let me tell you some of the top categories that I'm selling in the UK, which can help you replicate something that you're doing as well. So first category we really look at, toys and games for the period in question. And what I will say is that time and time again, we've seen the products under the toys and games category sell fast. We really like them. They are super fast selling because they're just always in demand. They're not seasonal, they sell all year round. But especially in Q4, they really sell. But not only that, we can also get discounts, voucher codes, for example, from suppliers on toys and games, which I really, really like. Now, the second category we sell in is beauty. Beauty products is what I really like as well. And we've seen that most of the products under this category are selling again all year round. Again, they really do sell in Q4, but they also sell all year round. People are buying beauty products all the time. Beauty is probably the one where we have the most number of suppliers, i.e. retail stores, online stores that we can buy from within the UK. Now, the third and the final category, which is one of the top three for this period in question, is the health and personal care. Now, based on my experience in this category, we've seen that there are many suppliers, again, similar to beauty. They're not limiting orders, means that I don't have to buy 1, 2, or 3. I can buy like 99, 100, maybe even more. And also as well, in addition to that, they're allowing us to do multiple orders at once. One lot of 99, another lot of 99, really, really good. Now, after knowing, should we say, the top categories that we're buying from or selling in for this week in question, which I'm going to share with you, and this is the Amazon UK market, I'm now going to share with you how much profit I actually made from selling these products doing online arbitrage in the UK. So quite simply, this is results from a profit and loss software that we use called Seller Toolkit SDK. And this talks about gross profit made, actual revenue, so sales, including VAT, and then actual units sold. So let me talk through the numbers now. Okay, so quite simply, what are you looking at here? Well, first things first, we made £72,000 worth of sales within the 1 week period. You can see it was February the 28th and March the 6th. Now, quite simply, out of that £72,000 worth of sales, we had VAT we had to pay, obviously it's 20% in the UK, it absolutely eats us. Number two, in addition to that, obviously we had Amazon fees, and generally they cost around about 15% for the referral fee, and that's not of after that, it's actually of the total 72,000. Then we have FBA fees because we do it all through the FBA fulfillment plan. So that comes in and that's per unit basis. We might have closing fees on top of that as well. We also have prep fees for our prep. So we sold about 2,916 units. We got to pay prep on that as well. We also had ship from the prep center to the Amazon fees. That's got to go into that as well. And then also we have the cost of the goods sold, which is quite simply how much we had to pay for the cost of goods. Now, once we removed all of that, what did we get left with? Well, we got left with £4,888. We lose 20% pretty much off the top solely due to VAT. So it does have a real big impact, and it's something to consider versus UK versus USA. USA doesn't have VAT. In 1 week, we made £4,884 worth of gross profit. Now you might be thinking, well, hey, Tom, you can go away and travel. Well, hold your horses. Quite simply, that £4,884, that now has to have some other costs taken off. We have to take all our software costs, we have to take the Amazon selling, the account costs, that's £30 a month. We also have to take off as well the staffing costs and any other like accounting fees that we've got during that period. That's going to come out before, what Tom gets to paid, how much he gets paid, and obviously he gets to go traveling, or, am I going to have caviar or is it going to be pot noodle? But this is quite simply how much was in the gross profit we made before our fixed costs come out. Okay, so today I've just shared some figures about 1 week in the UK, and hopefully you're listening there. Now, the one thing which I will say is we had to pay VAT. We're a VAT registered seller. In the UK, if you go over £85,000 at the moment, in a 12-month period, you have to register VAT. And what does that mean? Pretty much 20% of your total revenue has to go paid to the government as a tax. Now, this does have a big impact on profitability within your business, and it's one of the downfalls of selling in the UK. I will say that I still really enjoy it and I do like it, but versus the USA, there is no VAT, sales tax gets added on top, and you don't really have to adjust for it, so it makes life so much easier. Now, why do I mention this? Well, because quite simply, my Amazon UK business is making money, it's profitable, and we really like it, but the profit we're seeing in the USA, much, much better, and VAT is a big part of that. Now, if you are interested in getting started in the USA and want to see how to do it, and the one thing that I'll say is, especially if you're like me, or maybe someone doing it, if you say remotely, or maybe from another country, and you don't want to go physically to the US to set it all up, you need to make sure you incorporate in the right way, use the right bank accounts, get all the right prep centers and accountants. I have put together a small course to document everything that I did, why I did it, the reasoning behind it, and what you need to consider, and how to do it all remotely. It's called the Getting Started on the USA, and it's completely game changing. It's going to show you exactly everything you need to do to incorporate what I did, should we say, from my journey before I set up my Amazon seller account, and how I set it up and started making sales. Right now in the US, we're doing over $800,000 US in sales in the last 12 months. Trust me, the profits are far better than this. I'm absolutely loving it. If you want to replicate, do make sure you incorporate the right way. Check out that course, Getting Started on Amazon USA. Now, this leads me nicely onto my fourth chapter, personal thoughts. Quite simply, what I will say is you might be looking at this saying, hey, Tom, that is a lot of money to be doing, £72,000 in retail arbitrage in 1 week. And you know what it is? It is. But you might be thinking, hey, Tom, you know what? 4,800 minus cost, let's call it 1,000, 3,800 net out. That's maybe not so much. If you look at it percentage-wise, you'd call it 5% of, should we say, total revenue coming out as net profits. And everyone talks about like 10%. Well, quite simply, let me talk about, should we say, right now, a couple of things which we do slightly in our business, which might be slightly different, and what you generally see as you grow an Amazon business. Quite simply, in my business, and the one thing I've done, and if you follow my journey, is that, hey, I am really right now an owner-investor in my business. I work 2 hours a week on 2 companies, turnover in excess of £4 million. That's pretty good. And if I'm even netting out 5% on £4 million for working 2 hours a week, I'm pretty happy about that. That's a really good ROI. Now, the other thing, if you followed my journey, is I've been a big believer in risk diversification. And there's something also that I learned earlier on, which is from a book called Rich Dad, Poor Dad. And he talked about using other people's money to make money. Now, if you're ever interested in property markets, what do people say? Put your money down, get a mortgage out on a property, wait wait a couple of years, you remortgage it, you take your money out, and now you own a property with the bank and you're still getting the rental income. Well, quite simply, why not use the same concept with the Amazon business? What do I mean? Well, quite simply, I use my money to build the business to start with. Then after a while, we start getting Amazon loans, credit facilities, because our revenue is doing really well. And the net result is that within this Amazon business right now, I have no money. This is all credit, all other people's money we're doing. When you're looking at profitability wise, you might say, well, hey, Tom, if you put in like £100,000 and you had to use it to buy stock for that week and you're getting a 5% or $5,000 or $3,000 return over that week, well, you're making a 3% ROI. That isn't very good. Well, quite simply, I have no money in this business. And right now, what's really interesting is the fact that I'm making £3,000 with £0 down, which is absolutely incredible. And what does it mean? I can now take my money out, put that money plus the profit into the Amazon USA business, build that business up as well, continue that process. And now obviously what are we doing? We now have two businesses. We've risk diversified from one Amazon business to two, and also we're using other people's money to do it. And in the US soon, we'll start to do that with loans, leverage, and debt. So one thing to think about is for us, our model is slightly different with what other people are doing. They might have higher profit margins, talk about higher margins, but at the end of the day, I'm doing no work and I am lazy sometimes. I will say that. And then number two is the fact that I've got no money in this business. I'm really happy. That's £3,000 last week next to zero work and zero investment. This is just how I'm running my business. And generally, as you grow your business at more scale, you generally see a decrease in margin, especially if you're hiring staff, it does add up. And what I will say is you can do this and run much, much higher margins. I know a lot of people who are doing this very well at much higher margins than me, but they're a lot more actively involved in it. And for me, that's not what I want. I want to enjoy my life and I want to be a bit more lazy. So that's why I do it. What I will say for you is after learning about how much profit I made in 1 week of doing online arbitrage, you might want to consider getting started on Amazon by watching a playlist I created called Amazon Arbitrage for Beginners. I'll drop it around here and it's going to help you out getting started if you want to watch that. Now, hopefully you've liked this video. If you have, give me a big thumbs up. And hey, if you want to see more videos like this, do hit the subscribe button down below. Myself, Thomas Parkinson, and FastTrackFBA. Thank you very much.